Hey guys, so today I'm going to actually be moving my headlight bulbs over to the GX, so stay tuned. So for those of you who don't know, I bought over the Christmas break, I bought a Lexus GX470. One of the cool things about this vehicle is it uses almost all the parts, all the aftermarket parts that I've used on my 4Runner. And so with the changes that I'm making here on the front end of this vehicle, I have things like headlight bulbs that I can use on the GX. So today I want to talk about installing the light bulbs on the GX. All right, so there are two bulbs that you're going to need for this job. I actually went with a XenonDepot as the brand. I've got one set of LEDs and one set of HIDs. The HIDs are for the low beams and the LEDs are for the high beams. I'm going to see how these fit and how these work in the GX, because both the high beams and the low beams are projectors in the GX, and one is a projector and the high beam, the low beam is a projector and the high beam is a reflector in the 4Runner. So ideally they should work out well, but I'm gonna see how that looks. So all right, so here are the bulbs that I took out of the 4Runner. So these are the Extreme LED Pros from XenonDepot. This is honestly a really great design. They've had this design around for 5 or 6 years, maybe even longer, with a similar fan design like this to dissipate the heat. But since these are LEDs, they're going to be typically running a lot cooler. So I'm going to be installing the two Extreme LED Pros those are the high beams, and then the HIDs right here I'll be installing in the low beams. So let's check it out. All right, so these are going to actually be probably one of the easiest mods that you've ever done to your GX, and one of the first things that I just personally wanted to do. Let me adjust the brightness here a little bit. It's really just plug and play, but upgrading these are going to give you a better quality of light, more even distribution of light in these projector lenses, and overall it's just going to make it perform a little bit better. I think the next thing I'm going to do is to remove these nasty looking side steps off of these, and then perhaps pull the wheels off and paint them, or I might even find a replacement set for them. But yeah, this is super basic. So you're just going to start by pulling these pins out here. I already got them pulled out, but then you can pop this back, and if you take a look down in there, it's really just two bulbs that you unscrew out. Alright, hey guys. So now we're just going to lift up this thing, and if you reach down in there, you'll be able to see the light bulbs, and they're just twist out, and it comes out just like that. So when you unscrew them out, so you're going to pull them, you're going to twist them over like this and pull them out. Then there's going to be a little push pin here on the back of this thing. You're just going to push that out, and then it's just a plug that goes. All right, so I actually pulled out the high beams. So here are the Extreme LED Pro high beam LEDs that I'm going to be putting in there. If you take a look, this is going to come on one end of the lights. If you order these are great lights, very highly recommended. It's got a little voltage current kind of regulator. They call it the LED driver for a XenonDepot. The other end of that should technically plug right into where this plugged into. See, as you can see, it's the exact same setup there. That's just going to plug right into your factory wiring, and then you're just going to plug this in, twist it, and that's it. And it's really that simple. Let me go and get the other set of bulbs and we'll get those put in too. Alright, I'm back now. Here is the other bulb. So this is the HID. As you can see, it's got a little glowing gas chamber in there. Generally speaking, it's going to be the exact same thing. You do have an extra piece here, an extra component. They give you 3M tape to stick it somewhere, but honestly, there's tons of room in there. I'm just going to set it in there and maybe come back and get some tape for later. So, all right, let's get that one replaced. So this one will come out a little bit differently. So the other one, I would pull the bulb out and then unplug it. This one you're going to want to unplug first and then pull the bulb out because the wiring harness is not quite long enough. All right, let me go get my pins. And that's it. All right, so for the other side, you're going to do essentially the same thing. It's probably going to be easier for you to remove this little cowl right here that covers up the top, but it looks like you've got about a good 2.5 to 3 inches of space in there to play with. You're going to plug those two in. I'm not actually going to show you guys on this video just because I want to actually wait till nighttime. I'm going to pop them on and see what they look like on my garage door so you guys can kind of get an idea. But anyway, super simple upgrade. Definitely encourage you guys to check out XenonDepot. They've got some amazing bulbs. If you check out Headlight Revolution, the YouTube channel, they do a ton of reviews for bulbs, install videos for bulbs, so they probably even have one for the GX. All right, I'm gonna go make some dinner, and after I get done, we're gonna, hopefully it'll be dark outside, and we can take a look and see what these lights look like. See you then. All right, so I just got done eating dinner, came back outside. It's pretty dark outside, so I wanted to give these headlights a test so you guys can kind of get an idea of what they look like. So remember, I changed out the passenger side with the XenonDepot lights, and the driver's side will have the regular stock incandescent lights. So let's check it out. All right, the beam pattern actually looks pretty similar, pretty comparable. The aftermarket bulbs that I have from XenonDepot are 6000, so the coloring on the right hand side is a little bit whiter, and then you can kind of see the yellow lighting, the yellowish tint on the left hand side. So the pattern looks pretty good for both. Whoops, I'm bouncing all over the place. All right, and now let's see what the high beams look like. All right, I lost my focus. So here you can see the pattern for the high beams actually looks like it's a little higher up. I'm gonna have to do some research to see why that is going so much higher up. Maybe I need to go ahead and adjust those down, but significantly brighter, and you can kind of see the difference in coloring. So over there we have more of the yellow color, and then over there we've got more of the white color, 6000. So these are anywhere from 5500 to 6000. I don't recall which is which, but anyway, it's looking better for sure. I'll have to figure out what's causing that hump. Maybe the depth of the lens is not exactly right, but we'll have to see. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys following, checking out the kind of content that I produce. If you like this sort of thing, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and thank you so much for following along, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.